Steve, well done today. Terrific performance, particularly first half. They just couldn't live with us, really, could they?
No, I asked the boys to come out the blocks because the last two games we haven't started very well. And the front two were a handful. I thought the midfield were compact, and defenders defended as they should do, you know. And we caused them all sorts of problems. And we turned them and caused their two centre halves to run back towards their own goal. But I think if you look at 3 of the 4 goals, it was from some good combination player in and around the edge of the box. So it wasn't just route one. It was basically turning defenders, pick up seconds, and then we played in and around the box. And credit the boys, they done what we asked them to do, and they were a handful in the first half. It could have been more, to be honest, Jim, in the first half. Definitely.
Well, we've hit the crossbar and goal disallowed, etc., etc. So easily could have been more. But what impressed me was, you know, Chin and Chinadu and Tom Derry. I don't know whether they have ever played before, but they look like they played for years together.
No, but I think it could have been Reedy up there as well. You know, we just wanted to change it up today and put some fresh legs out there. And it's just us giving them information of what to do when the ball's going forward, and they sort of like done it perfectly today, and it worked well. So, like I say, everything seemed to tick the right box in the first half, and we were very pleased to come in at 4-0 up.
And it's sometimes difficult when you are that far in front to perhaps get that real intensity going again in the second half. Not that we didn't play well, we were very efficient, and we kept a clean sheet, which is great.
They were told at half time to keep doing the same things, keep making their defenders defend, and keep a clean sheet. And I think that in the end, last couple of minutes, I think they had 2 shots. Johnny's made a great save, but they've had 2 shots. We've kept a clean sheet. We may have had 1 or 2 ourselves, but at 4-0, mate, they've done enough in 45 minutes to win the game. Yeah. And I heard a few comments about, oh, we should be going to get more goals. Maybe we should, but at the end of the day, the boys have worked ever so hard to get that 4-0 scoreline at half time, and we just wanted to see the game out, and if chances come along, we'd try and take them, and we did. We had a couple, but I'm very pleased with 4-0.
Of course.
Tell me before the game to come away to forget where they are in the league, come away here and win 4-0. I'd have taken that all day long. And
following just 3 days on from a really hard game at Wingate and Finchley.
Yeah, and the travelling aspect of that as well. You know, people travelling all the way to Wingate and having to travel home, and then we've got to get back in here, travelling again today. You know, we're not on coaches, we're driving. And to put that performance in for the first half and the second half. The first half was an explosive performance, I think, and the second half was a professional performance. And like I say, we nullified all their threats, especially last couple of minutes. Like I said, they had a couple of chances, but like I say, first half was magnificent, and second half it was professional.
You must be very pleased with Tom Derry. I mean, what a great looking forward he is in every respect.
Well, he caused us problems last year, Jim, when he was at Leverhead. He's caused us problems when he's played for Kingstonians. We know what he can give us, you know, and it typified it the last couple of minutes, the way he was flying into challenges to stop them playing it forward, and it'll be a good acquisition for us, and like I say, long may it continue.
I've got to ask about the red card for Jared Small. What did you make of that?
Again, not Arsene Wenger, but I didn't see it. All I know was the ball was on the floor. The referee told one of my staff that he caught him with his hand. And then they've also said the linesman said he caught him with his elbow, so his hand, his elbow, I don't know. They've videoed the game, so if it's right, then he deserves his punishment. It's unfortunate because, like I say, Adam's been doing well, and he come on the other night and scored, and I thought he'd do the same again today. But it's one of those, mate. That's part and parcel of football, and if he's done it, he's got to take his punishment. If he hasn't, we'll have a look at it and see if it's worth an appeal. But I believe he's honest, and he said he did catch the lad. Whether it's intentional or not, it's a different matter.
Yeah, of course. But obviously makes a bit of a challenge in terms of, with a small squad, as we've said many times, you lose a player, for 3 games?
Lose a player for 3 games, but you then look at Tom Derry's come in to add to us. Craig Stone was out doing some running today. Park is almost back to fitness. So we've got a few more numbers than we had, and it helps.
And no midweek game to give your lads a bit of a breather.
Yeah, we're carrying about half a dozen. We're carrying little niggles, so they'll be in seeing Melvin, getting some treatment in the week. We'll put a good couple of sessions on, and then take it into Saturday, which Mershram's going to be a massive game. In terms of, they're a good side. You know, they use the ball well. They're going to use our pitch. It's a big pitch. They're going to use that well. But we've got to try and nullify them and come up with a way to get a result against them.
Definitely. Well, a really excellent afternoon's work. Well done to you, Steve, and all the boys.
Yeah, and thanks to all the fans again coming and supporting. You know, there's a fair number of us here again, as well as Wingate. So that doesn't go missed by the boys. They're appreciative for that.
Thanks very much.
Well, Tom, not a bad way to celebrate your first start for the club, was it?
No, it was a good start. Nice to get my first start. Good team performance, definitely in the first half. We were clinical, took all of our chances. So yeah, positive.
And I think probably for the second half of the game, you're desperate to get that hat-trick,
Yeah,
weren't you? You were a few times you're bursting through,
I
weren't
almost
you?
got it in the first half. I had that shot that just went wide. But the second half was completely different. They came out fighting, and it was just like kind of we'd already secured the win. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm happy with the 2 goals anyway, and I can save 3 for another time.
Clinical performance, wasn't it? I mean, they seemed to look nervous, but actually Burgess still, didn't they, in the first sort of half hour of the game? And we just punished every time they gave you some space.
Yeah, I think they looked a little bit suspect at the back. We identified the goalie was quite small to start off with. We had a couple of crosses, he flapped at him, JT scored his header. And I think it's just a confidence when everyone was on the front foot straight from the start. We had a couple of times we got in and maybe should have done better. But yeah, we just carried on, and before you knew it, we were like 3-0 up.
Now, you've arrived here, obviously you're with us for the rest of the season, but it's a difficult front two to break into. Chinadu and Alex Reid are both scoring goals. So were you surprised to get a start today?
A little bit. I spoke to the gaffer before I signed, and he just said it. He said there's 2 other strikers, they're playing well, but we just need to freshen it up a little bit. It gets to like 60 minutes, and and you need to bring on some fresh legs. So yeah, I'm not expecting to start every single game, but hopefully if I keep playing like that, then it'll be difficult for him to turn me up.
Have you been playing much football lately?
I was at East Thurrock. I played for Leatherhead last season, scored against you guys last game of the season. Had a really good end to the season and kind of thought, right, now's the time to kick on, took the step up. We had a difficult start to the season. I've been in and out of the team, scored 3 goals start of the year, and kind of thought, here we go, like, got myself back in the team, going to do well, and it's just things haven't really worked out. So when the gaffer, I think he originally inquired about a loan, but then decided he'd rather a permanent, and East Thurrock were happy for me to do that. Covo, he understood the situation. He said he didn't want to feel like he was holding me back. So yeah, I just kind of thought, got to hit the ground running, finish the season strong, and you never know. Hopefully we stay in these playoffs, or even better, if we win every single game, there's no reason why we can't try and catch Dorking.
No, certainly not. So just to clarify, you've joined us permanently, it isn't it?
Yeah, permanent.
Yeah.
And I really like the fact that all the fans kind of put their hands in the pocket, and it's like 12-man scheme that they speak about. So I think that's quite a big thing. So like, as you can see, I was running my nuts into the ground at the end. Kind of, I need to repay the fans. It's one thing, the club paying your wages, but when it's the fans and kind of they actually put their hands in the pocket, turn up week in, week out, it shows that they want me here, so I'll just try and repay them as much as I can.
So in your first few days at the club, what do you think of the actual setup you've joined?
Yeah, it's really good. I've always
hear the atmosphere, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. I've always enjoyed playing against Tonbridge. It's quite a nice place to go. I played with Deshaun last year at Leatherhead. Played with JT at Kingsonian before that. Just kind of know a lot of the boys through playing against them, really. You can see the quality that most of the side's got. So yeah, I was just kind of, when I got the chance to join someone that was fighting for something this season, and you can't really turn it down, can you?
No, exactly. Now I've got to ask you about this. Some of the fans have already spotted that there was this article about you being Britain's best looking footballer. What's that all about?
I'm not sure. I got a message last year about being like this Tinder's most swiped thing, and there was like 30 people that they hand selected for one reason or another. And then I got a call off the Sun. They were interested in doing an article on Britain's sexiest footballer. I mean, it's tongue in cheek. It was a bit of a laugh. Obviously not a proper footballer, but you know, I'll take it. Yeah, it is what it is, and I mean, if the fans have a laugh about it, and my dad likes to get involved in stuff on Twitter as well, so yeah, it's just a bit of a laugh. And
just in case anybody's watching this and agrees with that assumption, did you find anybody through Tinder, or are you still single?
Yeah.
You're not available there.
No, I'm not at the moment.
On more important football matters, you see this as a club really going places for the rest of the season?
Yeah, definitely. I think Tonbridge have always, the last few seasons, have always been in and around it. But now it looks like kind of all the ducks are in line, and hopefully keep playing like we are. I mean, I can't see, in the way we were first half, I can't see anyone stopping us. So obviously Mersham will be a hard game on Saturday. But if we hit the ground running like we did today, then there's no reason why we can't get 3 points there as well.
All right, good luck next week.
Yeah, cheers mate.